Hi everybody, welcome to my new channel, Race Car Rebuild. The only channel, as far as I know, that's dedicated to pure, proper racing cars. And believe you me, there's a world of difference between a race car and a road car, of which we're going to find out about. This is a Formula Renault, raced by people like Bottas, Hamilton, Ricciardo, and in fact I think Raikkonen went straight from one of these into Formula One. We're going to rebuild this car, we're going to get it running, and one of you is going to race it. And I'll tell you a bit more about that later on. As it happens, a friend of mine is rebuilding Hamilton's Formula Renault, and we're going to go and visit him. We're going to see some engine people, gearbox people, carbon fibre people, every aspect to do with what I call real racing cars. I'm going to learn stuff, you're going to learn stuff, and hopefully we'll have a bit of fun on the way. So let's go. So here we go. So apologies for any mess in the garage. I've just finished refurbishing the house, doing an extension and what have you, and inevitably everything ends up in the garage. That's been my lockdown project, but hopefully over the next coming weeks you'll see the situation improve. So let's have a look at this car. So the first thing is the chassis number. Let's have a look. You can't read that, but let me tell you. Hold on one second. Let's see if we can get a bit nearer. There we are, 744. It's a 2007 Tatuus. Excellent cars, really, really good cars. Nice chassis. So we're going to clean out the tub. I have done a bit already, which I'll show you. But you can see sort of in there, it's all grubby and horrible. Also in here, and so on. So for those of you who are not familiar with carbon fibre tubs, I'm a massive convert to these. The racing experience is completely different from a tubular chassis. Not worse, some people say they like the tubular chassis. I think once you've driven one of these, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. They're like absolute concrete, tremendously safe. There's been some massive smashes in these over the years. Various Formula One stars on their way up. So back to the car. So we're going to strip everything off. You can see here, these are a few leaves in here, absolutely filthy. So these are going to come off, they're going to be washed. They're going to have a sort of carbon fibre treatment that I have. I don't know if I've got that handy, but I'll dig that out for you. All this has got to come off. Coil pack there, hanging off. So we'll just take that off. You can see in there it's very grubby, so this roll hoop is going to come off. We need to get rid of all the fuel that's in there, if there is any fuel in there. I don't know, I haven't even looked yet. There are no pedals or anything like that, but I've got all those in the box. There you go, there's one racing car for you, all sorts of things. I'm not going to go through it now. I've got about 4 of these boxes, so we'll just go through the bits, bit by bit by bit, but this is the place to start. You can see all these cables here are just absolutely filthy. So we're going to clean all those up. These I've already put in. These are the suspension pickup points. If you're buying a car or rebuilding a car, don't underestimate the cost of these. I think new, these are like £180 each or something like that. So when you see a partial car, you think, oh, I'll just rebuild that. It's only a few bits. These bits really add up. So there are 4 of these on the car. So suddenly you're nearly £1,000 just for these 2 bits here. So if you're buying a second-hand race car, make sure it's as complete as it possibly can be. This is the anti-roll bar system used by a lot of the lower formula, well, I won't say lower, but cheaper formula. It's a bit quirky. I'll go through that another time, but that needs to come off, and all of this will be taken off. But all in all, pretty standard stuff, really. I'll show you a video of me taking all this lot out. Let's have a look inside. There we are. So I'm going to put a new battery in. There's a power pack thing goes in there that controls the starting, what have you. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. But all in all, pretty standard. But just a great car for the money. And these are about sort of 18 to 25,000. I can't remember what I paid for this one. I'll have to look it up. Obviously, all this stuff's going to have to come off. So this will be peeled off. This will be cleaned, and new heat shield material will be put on. This has obviously just been stuck over the old stuff. This is silver. I normally use gold, and there's a very good reason for that. It's way cooler. I think gold looks really, really good. No, I was joking. It doesn't make a difference what colour it is, but I will be doing this in gold. So this is all got to come off. You can't muck about. I don't know if you can see there's a stud hole there that is equivalent to that one. I'll probably repeat myself a lot during this rebuild, but you can't muck about, although we're light-hearted. Whoever's driving this, whether it be me or somebody else, you have a responsibility to do it 100%, 101 actually, because a bolt missing or something, and there's going to be a big accident, which might involve the driver and other drivers. So there's no mucking about. We are going to have some fun, but there's no mucking about. This has to be done properly, and it will be done properly. It's either right and we'll put it back together, or it's wrong or it'll be replaced. I'll probably be banging on about that quite a bit during the series, but safety first. These look all right. Again, these can be quite expensive, these. There's obviously no fire extinguisher in there at the moment, which is situated in there. The regulations have changed in the UK. I don't know about anywhere else. I'm not even exactly sure what they are, but anyway, we're going to have a new one. On my earlier point, we don't compromise on safety. So there we are. I'm going to show you some earlier videos where I took stuff off. Brake lines look okay, but I'm going to have to check those. It's got a single brake sensor, and I happen to have, here's one I prepared earlier, a twin brake sensor, which I'm going to replace that with, but that's much, much later. So I would say this is your typical starting point for a rebuild, unless you've already got the car and you're the one that takes it apart. But even so, I would recommend that if you're serious about your racing, you would be stripping the car down to virtually nothing after every season, because you just don't know what cracks, what breaks, and that's what's going to lose you a race. So I would, as a matter of routine, at the end of every season, I'll be taking the chassis back down to this level, if not more, and we'll probably be doing it more. And then rebuilding it back up again, carefully. Alright guys, so I'll show you a couple of videos of me taking a few bits off, and then we're going to start cleaning this chassis up. Okay, that's going to be it for today. It's a short one just to get the series up and running. Apologies for the sound. I'm going to get myself a new microphone. Apologies for the video editing. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to learn. I do know about racing cars. As you can tell, I don't know a lot about YouTube video editing. Sponsors, we don't have any. So do the like and subscribe thing, or I'll come around your house. No, that's a joke. I'm not going to come around your house. I hope you've enjoyed it. We will get better at doing this, and we will build a racing car. So thanks for watching Race Car Rebuild, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.